Okay, unwrapping the wing, you can see I've started around here, coming up this way. We want to make sure we have the whole wing. This is a mistake, and it's easy to make. I mean, even as many wings as I've wrapped, it is too. But if you separate the entire wing, your wing comes all the way up here. And to the extent possible, we want to restrict the bandaging to the top of the wing and not the bottom of the wing. So we're going to just keep going in a figure 8. We'll come back and tuck this in. Again, remembering to tuck the entire wing in. Our goal when we finish wrapping is we want these wingtips to lay on top of each other just like they do in nature and not stick out to the side. So the purple bandaging that you had was a better color for the bird. I do try to use like black would be ideal, or they don't really make brown, but you can go ahead, again, start here in the middle of the wing, wrap around the top, come over, under, and do your figure 8. It's called a figure 8 wrap. Again, encompassing the whole wing. My bandage can then come up higher. I really don't want that to twist. And although these little feathers, every feather on a bird is important, those are not critical for flight. So it would be, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off. One of the main reasons you want something underneath a bird's bandage is so you don't cut the feathers when you cut the bandage off. So, but we want to keep that bandage up high. Once we restrict that wing, we know that the bird cannot move it or flap it, which then constricts that joint. So basic rule of the fracture, right, is to immobilize the joint above and below the fracture. And so we know this bird has a fracture of the proximal end of the humerus, which is going to render it non-releasable. It already has found a home. We have found a home for it at a great place. And over the next couple of months, as the bird heals, we will start to train it. You notice that we already have anklets and jesses on it and a leash. That makes it easier for us to hold, and hopefully she'll learn to trust us because she is going to be a permanent bird. We will have her DNA tested. Here's an important part. See these little teeny pieces of white? They cannot be there. They absolutely, you've got to cover them and kind of snug them up with the same color bandage that you're using. You don't really want anything like this sticking out. She will pull on it just out of strict boredom in the cage. Red-tailed hawks are really intelligent hawks. Usually the first type of hawk that a falconer hunts with. And the reason for that is because they're smart and they're food driven, and so they train fairly easily. But one thing we're going to want to do is cover this little top right here. And I'm going to just cover that with a bandage, and I can pull that straight down because it's the cohesive bandage. We're just going to kind of smoosh it on there, and then we're going to cut it off. And then the thing that I'm really going to want to do, because it's a humeral fracture, I typically would bind the wing to the body. So this is a very, looks like a pretty good wrap, but we are going to go ahead and do that. I will do that in a color that's closer to what the bird is, and you notice that she's a juvenile red tail. She's this year's hatch, and so makes her a candidate for placement in captivity. All birds of prey can't be placed, but she is young, she's smart, we believe she's trainable. We had someone that we knew was looking for red tails, so we contacted them after we saw the x-ray, and they have agreed to accept her. So we'll spend the next 6 weeks getting her well, and then actually sending her to her new forever home, which is a great place. So again, here I'm putting this up high, up on the back. Okay. So that'll work. So we're going to come all the way this way, and I'm going to wrap it around and secure it in the front, making sure to put 2 fingers in there so that she can breathe. I'm going to have to straighten this out, but for the shortening of the video, I'm going to go ahead and just show you. We're going to strap her wing to her body, most importantly making sure that this wing falls exactly the same as this wing, so we know it's in the right place.